Please be gentle with me, ladies. It's Sherrie Hewson, Sally, Lindsay and Andrea McLean. Groundhog Day. Working through the kissing.
Oh, it's been so long.
It has. This is Groundhog Day. I was on Loose Women at lunchtime. Very of you saw it. So
you were glorious.
I'm getting my own back now.
Oh, dear. It's good. We like it.
So, is it easier having people on your own show than going on somebody else's, or is it easier?
Well, of course it is, because we're in control.
We're in control.
I feel very scared.
And we've got something you said to me before. We've got an earpiece, and we haven't now.
We haven't now. Yes, because those of us who present work on an earpiece, and we can get timings and things. And when I go on there or they come on here, they take your earpiece out. And it's rather like taking your thumb out of your mouth. What are they? I mean, who's been on the longest now out of all of you?
I've been on just over 10 years now. I've been going 13 years.
Yeah.
It's a long time, isn't it? But it's such a unique show. There's nothing like it. Never could be anything like it. They couldn't do Loose Men.
Well, they tried, but
stick
apparently
about.
we did.
Yes, we did.
We're going to try in a little while, so stick around.
I'm a new girl.
Are you a new girl? How long?
Is it 2 years?
It's not.
It's 2 years now. Yeah, it seems like 5 minutes, doesn't it?
Wow.
Andrea, you're one of the anchors along with Carol. I mean, is that
right.
hard? Are they hard to keep under control?
Some days, obviously, it depends on the topic, because if it's something quite fun and light-hearted, then everyone kind of gets stuck in. Obviously, the whole purpose of the show is to provide light and shade, so if things get a little bit political and a little bit heated, it can be tricky sometimes. So I have to gird my loins, take a deep breath and jump in.
The four.
And if you've got the likes of Street Porter on today...
Well, absolutely.
The trouble with Janet Street Porter is she never has an opinion on anything, does she?
She's got massive self-esteem.
That's the point about Loose Women is that we're all very different.
Yeah,
and they're very different girls now, aren't they? And you know, so it depends who the four are. I mean, it can turn into the most almighty row.
Oh, the morning meetings are just brilliant. I've never known anything like
I think it could take 2 days.
Yes, porridge flying around the room.
We can talk like nobody's listening. Best guests you've had on?
Oh, there's so many. Robbie Williams was lovely.
Oh, I'll bet.
I tell you, I think mine was it was either Cliff Richard.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was such a legend, and he was one of those people you think, blimey, it's like being mad in two swords. You know, there's this guy who...
Imagine two swords.
I think you mean for the right reasons. You don't mean he was like a waxwork, do you?
Oh, no, sorry, no.
She doesn't.
He looked really good, though. No, it just meant, you know, because he was so famous and so iconic, and I thought, I can't believe he's here. And he was such a lovely fan. And also Roger Moore was amazing.
I mean, you must find this as well. You find that the bigger the star, actually, the more down-to-earth they are.
Sarah, the more down-to-earth they are, and the more understanding they are of need to block things and work out where you're going to stand.
Yeah.
And often, between you and me and the gatepost, it's the new ones who come on, who won't rehearse, won't do this, won't see you, will come on, I won't look this way.
And have the biggest entourage and make the biggest fuss about things.
But that's because they don't know about the business, do they? They just come in and they just think that's what you do.
So,
I mean, do you remember Alan Alda from MASH? He came on. I was so gobsmacked with the fact I was sitting next to Alan Alda anyway, but he was the sweetest, the most gentle man, and yet one of the biggest giants in our business. I was just gobsmacked at how lovely he was.
What about the worst ones, then? Are we allowed to say? Because you're Loose Women, you talk freely.
Well, I can tell you the worst experience, and that would be... He started off being one of our best guests, and it was Seal, you know, the singer Seal. What a wonderful man. That's right.
It was our joint experience,
and it was our... Well, and he'd been on before, and he was wonderful, so we were really looking forward to meeting him again. Well, he fell asleep in the dressing room, and they couldn't rouse him. So we... You'll know this talkback thing again, as I'm reading my link to say, and coming up in... You know, just 1 minute, I could hear, they can't find him. They can't keep talking, keep talking. They can't rouse him. And I had to say, we will be speaking to Seal in a moment. Sally, your husband's a musician.
All of a sudden we started talking about my Steve's drumming.
Because that's always the best way to finish a conversation.
And then
because it was a bit musical.
When we did finally get him, he wasn't making an awful lot of sense, because he'd just woken up.
I think what happened, he'd done this massive... I think he'd been pushed too much by the music business, by his management, and he was shattered.
Do you find Americans sometimes don't quite get on your wavelength, particularly?
Yeah, they don't really understand, you know, that. Well, actually, but you know, they've got their own show like this in America, so you'd think that they would.
And with Friends and Frasier, which we think are quite ironic.
It's interesting. I think they're more primed than the stars over here, so I call it like an LA spiel. So they have this thing that comes...
they have a script, you see, ready for the answers, don't they?
I tell you who didn't, though. Patrick Duffy.
Yeah.
He was the one most natural.
Well, of course,
he was
ladies and gentlemen, we
amazing.
could go on talking like this forever.
Sorry.
We're going to talk in a little minute, but you may have seen my appearance on the girls' show earlier today when they tried to turn me into an honorary loose woman. Desperate for a loving home. But first, having done my bit on loose women this lunchtime, it's time for man talk in a man's spiritual home, the pub. Yes, it's loose men. Now, here you go. Cheers. Cheers. Sally, next round's yours in 2
right,
that's fine.
You know, I don't think I've ever had a pint of lager.
Oh, go on, Andrea. Go on, do have a pint. Is it all right?
Go on, get it down, you
Now,
kid.
of course, we always talk about what's been in paper during the day. And there's one today, the pub serving pints fit for a prince, because Prince of Wales in Liverpool, free gifts falling out the paper. Prince of Wales in the pub popped over the road. So he said, hey, come over here, Prince Charles, and have a glass. And he went and he had half a stout.
Quite
So, I
right.
mean, would you pop in the pub and have a stout?
Well, you see, I was weaned on Newcastle Brown Ale.
Well,
it
that
was in my
explains
bottle.
a lot, doesn't it? Yeah.
No, my dad used to put it in my bottle to drink, yeah, because he was a Geordie. And now I'm addicted to Newcastle Brown Ale, so I can't have it, otherwise I'll be this size. So I love a pint. Give me a pint any day.
I worked in bars for years, pubs for years, and when I joined Coronation Street, obviously, to be the barmaid, it was very simple to me, and I was like, oh, it's very easy.
Did you
this
drink
kind
it,
of thing. Well, it's shandy bass, isn't it?
Was it?
It's like,
Oh,
it's just,
shandy bass,
just
yeah.
like, you know, the normal generic stuff you
makes
get
you
from the
burp all the
supermarket.
time.
No,
It's
no,
rubbish. yeah.
I'm the same. I worked in pubs for years and years and years. I did.
Yeah, sorry.
But
So, yeah,
I'm
we
good at
watched-
pulling a pint, but I couldn't drink it. I'm like the Al Murray's, you know, I like half a pint in a lady's glass for a lady.
Yeah. But you see, we talk about things that you wouldn't have any clue about, you see.
Go on, then.
Yeah, quite then. Potch off. Look at that.
Who?
Potch off. Potch. Who's Potch?
Do you mean Southampton?
Ooh, I'm impressed.
Do you mean Maurizio?
Yes.
Pochettino.
Is he the one who
Something
doesn't
similar.
speak any English?
Who was his predecessor at Southampton then? That you
don't know.
just taken over from?
Was it Matthew Kelly?
No. No, it was Nigel Adkins, who was a wonderful manager at Southampton, and I don't pass opinions on anything except to say that they must have been bonkers getting rid of him. It was a great...
I knew there was
Too much
controversy.
money as well. He cost too much money, that Punchinello,
Well, we
whatever his
bring
name
over
is.
a... No, anyway, I won't go
Well, no,
there
don't
quite.
start on it,
I
don't
was
start on it.
going to ask you
You'll
about...
not finish.
Mrs drove me up the pole and I lost 10-stone pole dancing. You'll be doing that. I can't go any further than that, really. 10 stone.
Would you do that?
Up a pole or losing 10 stone?
Well, I don't know.
What, she sent him pole dancing?
Yes,
No, to
Mrs.
lose weight
drove
and
me
they
up the-
lost weight.
He lost weight going
It
up
would
a
have to be a
pole.
scaffolding pole to be strong enough.
Yes,
if he
and
was going to lose 10 stone and still be walking around, it would have to be something really...
Yes,
would,
but
I
then
mean-
you've got to slide down it.
Oh, the chafing,
What burns your
Sherrie,
arms.
the chafing.
I know,
Be here
you
a long
can't
time, Alan.
do- You can't do that now.
I feel a Bridget Jones moment coming on.
Take knickers. That's all I can say to you.
I don't need me Spanx to sit half round here, lose weight nerves. Ladies and gentlemen, my thanks to Sherrie Hewson, Sally, Lindsay and Andrea McLean. Thank you very much. Bless you. Yeah.
I'm a
Should just carry on the rest all day, really, shouldn't we? Now, would you believe in the week after Christmas? It's very